Hello friends, I'm CACS Riddhi Jain and today I'm going to talk about the fact how do you really get good marks in audit examination, and all these tips are going to help you in your audit examination. First thing, which question to attempt first? Always remember the question that you're very confident with, start writing that. Make sure you solve the MCQs as the first three questions or the last question. Now there is no thumb rule regarding when the MCQs are to be solved. If you're really confident about it, go with the MCQs first. The point is, don't invest much more time in a particular question than required because there is a whole lot of paper left for you. Now what next? At least minimum to minimum more than 50% of your MCQ should be correct. What next? Read the question very carefully. Read the question very thoughtfully. What is it? What is asked to you? Carry a highlighter in examination hall. Remember to highlight what is asked in the question and then memorize the facts what is asked in the question paper. Suppose for instance there is a question related to inventory. Now why do people don't get marks and how the answer is to be written? There is a question related to inventory. Suppose for instance you just write essay 501, it's a paper of audit. Will you get marks? The answer is no. You'll have to write essay 501, you'll have to write Caro reporting, you'll have to write AS2. Then only your answer will be complete. Is direct questions asked in audit examination? There is no thumb rule, either direct or indirect questions. Good amount of paragraph will be written and then it might say as an auditor explain or explain points or factors that will be considered for an industry in essay 315. Now suppose for instance this is the question, there is a good amount of summary given and then you have to explain essay 315. Now always remember the names of essay. One of the most important thumb rule is if you don't remember the name of essay correctly, whatever you code goes vague. Now what is the name? Identifying and assessing risk of material misstatements and understanding entity and its environment. You have to write this in essay 315. Now what happens next is you don't get marks in audit examination because somebody might have told you can write only in points. The point is it has to be a mixed amount of points and paragraphs. Now in which question do you write points, in which questions do you write paragraph? Suppose for instance it says to which all companies Caro is attracted, then you can go with the point factor. Suppose it's a very specific question and you have points for that, then write it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has given you a paragraph and it says you to explain something. When it asks you an explanation regarding something, first write whatever you know from the bookish language of audit. Then establish the facts that are given in the question and then correlate it with the question in the third part. In the fourth part, conclude it with respect to your answer. Will it make my answer look bigger? Yes, but it will have four parts. First, what do you know from audit? Second, the facts given in question. Third, you correlate the first and second paragraph. Last point, you actually give the final answer. Now what happens is in 3 hours you have to present yourself. आपको बताना है that you have actually prepared well for examinations. So once I see the answer, as an examiner I expect the clarity of answer from your side. Once I need the clarity of answer from your side, somebody checking might have some kind of suggested answers. When will that suggested answers match? When the points are same. Always remember, पूछा क्या है इस पे बहुत अच्छे से ध्यान दो. Once you read it carefully and thoroughly, then only you will get marks. नेक्स्ट थिंग, मैम मैं कोई क्वेश्चन छोड़ दूँ क्या? नहीं, आप ये प्रैक्टिकल पेपर नहीं दे रहे हो. इन प्रैक्टिकल 3 क्वेश्चन 100% करेक्ट, यू आर श्योर टू गेट थ्रू ऑफ दैट पेपर. नाउ हियर इट्स अ ऑडिट पेपर. 5 क्वेश्चन है, you will have to touch all the 5 questions. Not that if you leave some question, some subpart it works. You have to complete the whole sole paper. Try touching all the questions and writing everything that you know about that. Language कैसी चाहिए? Language has to be bookish. Language has to be with respect to audit material and your study material that you have. The most important thing, no matter who your teacher is, no matter from whom you have learned across India, the main crux of all the books is our study material. People attempting their November 24th attempt, remember you have a new study material. A lot of chances are there. Good amount of questions will be asked from your study material only, no matter follow whichever writer from India. So the fact is, follow your study material. How do you prepare for objective types? Practice makes a man perfect. As soon as you finish a chapter, immediately go through correct and incorrect answers. Immediately go through your multiple choice questions. The more you practice, the more it will process in your brains. Should I see the answers as soon as I read the question? No, it will not make your preparation strong. Brainstorm yourself. Just ask yourself, which is your gut feeling, which answer do you think is correct, then only your preparation will go strong. Now suppose for instance I consider you as an animal. So what happens is you always think okay 5 chapter हो गए हैं 6 chapter हो गए. अरे chapter होने से कुछ नहीं होता. The most important thing is, are you able to solve the questions from whatever chapter that you have read? The most important thing is, if you are able to do it, then only your chapter is prepared. So irrespective of covering the course, be mainly focused in, am I able to write the answer? Is my brain really processing the answers? If you solve the last 10 years paper of any examination, be it any theory, be it any practical, of CA, CMA, CS, if you solve all 10 years question paper, you'll eventually get an idea what are the core areas from which the question is asked. Once you know it, you'll eventually write the answers, that too in correct manner. Remember all these things that I'm telling you. Somebody telling you पहले MCQ solve करो, बाद में solve करो, बीच में solve करो. Forget everything, chuck everything what others have said. Write your answer paper according to your own gut feeling. There is no thumb rule to clearing CA or inter or final examinations. The only thing is your preparation should be strong. You should be able to write the answers correctly. हमारा जो सबसे अच्छा बैट्समैन है, बीट विराट कोहली, बीट्स SKY, beat your Mahendra Singh Dhoni, everybody is able to perform when they are not under pressure. Don't make a lot of mnemonics, you'll not be able to remember. So try to analyze things. Once you read something, first analyze according to your own brains कि मैं इसमें क्या आंसर लिखता अगर मेरा कुछ भी दिमाग नहीं चलता, and then try to memorize what is written in your audit book. If you directly go on mugging things, it's asking you factors, if you'll write advantage, disadvantage, benefit, all everything will become cumbersome. So in order to avoid that, first make your brains very very calm. You can always see my video how to train your brain left and right. So you can follow that exercises, A to Z exercise, in order to train your brain, in order to get a good performance in your audit paper. All the best for your examinations. You can drop a DM, you can write me messages on any kind of problem that you face during the examination for any kind of topic that you need a video.